Think you know everything about the City of Lights? We bet you don't. Paris is an extraordinary city, and it's no surprise that millions of travelers visit or move there each year. Known as the City of Light and the City of Love, its streets are brimming with culture and rich history at every turn. Whether you're waiting to see the Mona Lisa, capturing the perfect shot of the Eiffel Tower, hunting for the tastiest croissants, or simply strolling on Champs-Élysées, a trip to Paris is a must on everyone's bucket list. While it's often associated with romance, Paris is also full of quirky secrets that make it even more intriguing. Here are 10 fascinating facts about Paris that you probably didn't know. Number 10. The Eiffel Tower wasn't supposed to be a permanent fixture. The Eiffel Tower, now an iconic symbol of Paris, was originally intended to be a temporary structure. Designed by the engineer Gustave Eiffel for 1889, it was meant to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the French Revolution. However, the tower was only supposed to stand for 20 years. Many Parisians, including prominent artists and intellectuals, initially disliked the tower, criticizing its design as an eyesore. Over time, the Eiffel Tower became an indispensable part of Paris's identity, and public opinion shifted. Now, it's one of the most visited monuments in the world, admired for its design and historical significance. Number 9. Paris wasn't always known by its current name. In ancient times, the city was called Lutetia, named after the settlement established by the Parisian, a Celtic tribe that inhabited the area around the River Seine. This was during the Roman era, around the 1st century BCE. The name Paris began to emerge as the Roman influence waned and the settlement grew into a more significant urban center. By the 4th century CE, the city was referred to as Paris, in honor of the Parisi tribe. Over time, Paris evolved into the cultural, political, and intellectual heart of France, and the name became synonymous with the city's long-standing reputation for art, history, and influence. Number 8. The Louvre is big, very big. The Louvre is not just big, it's massive. As the largest art museum in the world, the Louvre spans a staggering 782,910 square feet of exhibition space. To give you a sense of scale, that's roughly the size of 280 tennis courts. Home to around 35,000 works of art, the museum's collection is so extensive that it would take you years to fully explore. In fact, if you spent just 30 seconds looking at each piece on display, it would take you approximately 35 days to see everything, assuming you never took a break. Originally built as a fortress in the late 12th century, the Louvre was transformed into a royal palace before becoming a public museum during the French Revolution in 1793. Given its size and collection, the Louvre isn't just a museum, it's an entire world of art and history. Number 7. Paris has its own Statue of Liberty. In fact, there are several smaller versions of the iconic statue in the city, with the most famous one located on the Île aux Cygnes, a small island in the Seine River. This statue, standing about 35 feet, 11 meters tall, was a gift from the American community in Paris to France in 1889, in celebration of the centennial of the French Revolution. It faces west, symbolically looking toward its larger counterpart in New York Harbor. This Parisian Statue of Liberty is one of several in the city, including a smaller one in the Jardin du Luxembourg and another at the Musée d'Orsay. Number 6. Pont Neuf is the oldest bridge. Despite its name, which translates to New Bridge, Pont Neuf is actually the oldest bridge still standing in Paris. At the time, it was revolutionary because it was the first bridge in Paris to be built without houses on it, offering clear views of the Seine River and surrounding landmarks. Pont Neuf was also innovative for having sidewalks, protecting pedestrians from the traffic of horses and carts. Today, it remains a symbol of Paris's enduring architectural heritage, and it's one of the best spots for a scenic stroll along the Seine, with stunning views of landmarks like the Louvre and Notre Dame Cathedral. Number 5. Sacré-Cœur Basilica. It's self-cleaning, sort of. The basilica, which sits atop the highest point in Paris on Montmartre Hill, was constructed from a type of stone known as travertine. This unique stone contains calcite, which reacts with water, especially rain, to continuously excrete a white substance that keeps the basilica looking pristine and luminous, despite pollution or weathering. So, no matter how much time passes or what the weather is like, the Sacré-Cœur always retains its gleaming white appearance, making it a striking landmark visible from many parts of the city. Number 4. There is no stop sign in the entire city. It's true, there are no stop signs in the entire city of Paris. Despite being one of the largest and most densely populated cities in Europe, you won't find a single stop sign on its streets. In fact, the last remaining stop sign was located in the 16th arrondissement at the exit of a construction company's driveway, but it was removed in 2016. Instead of relying on stop signs, Parisian drivers follow the priority to the right rule, where vehicles approaching from the right have the right of way at intersections unless otherwise indicated by traffic lights or road markings. This system may seem unusual to visitors, but it works surprisingly well, relying on the city's complex network of roundabouts and traffic lights to manage flow. Number 3. The Pantheon was originally intended to be a church but was transformed into a mausoleum for France's most revered citizens. Built between 1758 and 1790, it was commissioned by King Louis XV to honor Saint Genevieve, the patron saint of Paris, after he recovered from a serious illness. However, after the French Revolution, the National Assembly decided to turn it into a secular monument dedicated to the great men of the nation. Today, the Pantheon is the final resting place of some of France's most iconic figures, including Voltaire, Rousseau, Victor Hugo, Émile Zola, and Marie Curie. Its grand neoclassical design and majestic dome make it one of Paris's most striking landmarks, symbolizing the nation's commitment to liberty, knowledge, and the honoring of influential thinkers and leaders. Number 2. Moulin Rouge. It was the first electric building in Paris. When it opened in 1889, it featured an extravagant array of electric lights, which was a cutting-edge innovation at the time. The cabaret's iconic red windmill, its bright lights, and illuminated signage drew people in from all over the city, creating a glowing beacon of entertainment in the Pigalle district. This pioneering use of technology helped transform the Moulin Rouge into one of Paris's most iconic and celebrated nightlife destinations. The building's use of electricity marked a turning point in the city's development as Paris began embracing this new energy source, solidifying its reputation as the City of Lights. Number 1. The Eiffel Tower is not the most visited monument in Paris. Contrary to popular belief, the Eiffel Tower is not the most visited monument in Paris. The most visited monument in Paris is actually Notre Dame Cathedral, attracting around 12 million visitors annually before the 2019 fire. The Notre Dame has historical, religious, and architectural significance that appeals to a broad range of visitors. And, crucially, it is free to enter, making it accessible to more tourists. With Notre Dame's restoration ongoing, it's possible that when it reopens, it will continue to hold its place as the most visited monument in Paris.